There's a lane closure ahead.
What's good, everyone? Salute. Shout out to everyone that's on deck. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFing game, man. What it do? Okay, this is fight day. When it comes down to it, it's not really a heavy fight weekend, but you do have some names. But before we get to that, right? Let me clean my phone off. My damn bracket that just fell down. So my apologies if it's in there. But check this out. Shout out to OTX yesterday. They had some exciting cars, man. Shout out to the Georgia fighters. You know, Haven Brady defeated the Michael Harris. My guy, Morgan Griggy. He took his first loss, but he showed heart. You know, he was in there with a tough fight. I've seen the guy he was in there with before a fight. He was a tough competitor. I knew that was going to be a tough competition for both fighters. But what I did want to highlight is both fighters, you know, showed grit, tenaciousness. You know, both fighters had to dig deep. Maximus, he said he took Mo Williams for a little bit for granted or whatever. But it was a slow start fight to a 6th round. And Maximus, in my opinion, you know, he had the advantage early on. But Mo started coming together with his left hand. And, you know, in boxing, you got to use both of your hands at a certain point in time with the combinations. But he did take some punishment early, but he came on in the later rounds and showed that grit, man, showed that heart, you know, that he's gonna need moving forward. You know, I appreciate the heart aspect, especially in combat sports and sports in general, because you know, there have been fighters in the past that just falter. They just give up. You know, but shout out to Mo Williams, man. I saw you up there, did your thing. You might not got the victory, but you showed courage in there. You know what I'm saying? You showed the will to keep on fighting. A lot of fighters don't have that. Shout out to O'Shea. She won her fight, O'Shea Jones. Shout out to Haven Brady. Haven Brady was in there, you know, fighting like Joe Frazier up in that mother. For real. His thing, you know, punch output. I was impressed, bro. BG, what's good, man? Early at the top of the AM. Man, what's good with it? Arnold Brown, what's good? Because Swan Arnold Brown had a wrench. I have to get that straightened up when I get back. But yeah, Haven Brady was in there, you know, boxing like Joe Frazier up in that mug, you know. I was like, dang. Dude was putting combinations together. He was comfortable, dancing around, free spirited. He gave the Michaels problems. I'm not gonna lie. He just gave the Michael problems. Mad problems, yo. Mad problems. They just got to go back to the drawing board. Shout out to Coach Mustafa, was in the building, of course. You know, he had his fighters on deck. Shout out to Elijah Pierce, man. He went in there and fought a guy who's been in there with Inouye and some other top names, and he knocked them out. Now, of course, he was dropped himself, right? If I'm telling the whole story. But this is not the first time Pierce has been on the canvas. But once again, what is a fighter willing to do during challenging controversy? Are you going to get up, keep fighting? I mean, what you going to do? So he ended up, getting off the canvas and to knock his opponent out. And I was saying to myself, that's what I'm talking about. People was tripping because he kept on saying he'll knock Inoue out and stuff. Man, Inoue has this halo around him where these blind U.S. fans, they don't even give their own freaking fighters this type of halo. They provide so much glow to these fighters from other countries that I'm curious to know what it would be like if over here the U.S. fans would not say, "Oh, you just basically deriding or glazing the fighter over here." But every time you turn around, they doing the exact same thing to these sparring fighters. They doing the exact same thing. They can't do no wrong. Every time a U.S. fighter calls out these Japanese fighters, these European fighters, what they do? Oh man, what is he doing? He know he can't beat that guy. He know he can't beat him. What is he doing? But time a U.S. fighter call out your favorite Japanese fighter, it's like, what are you doing, man? He's getting above himself. Somebody come get your mans. But salute to Elijah Pierce getting another victory, man. He said he was doing it for his kids. He's looking to fight the best. Hey, man, he keeps on trucking. Shout out to Lugo brothers, Elijah and Nathan. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them Lugo boys that's on deck. Going in there, both got knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Both of them earned knockouts in their fight. So salute to them, man. Shout out to the coach, they pops. Yeah, they on the grow, man. Especially with their popularity is already through the roof, but they come in there and give exciting fights. So shout out to them Lugo brothers, man. Keep on doing your thing. One punch at a time, one knockout. When it comes down to the fight night. Who else was on there, man? Who else was on that card? But anyway, shout out to the OTX, man. I like the OTX. I do. I like the OTX. The way they put on fight cards. We need that down here in the A every now and then. We do. Because we don't have much down here when it comes to boxing. People still trying to crap on Georgia because at one point in time they say you need an opponent, you come down here for Georgia. Salute the OTX for bringing boxing, even though, Buckhead Fight Club do have fight cards down here, right? You have plenty of other fight cards down here in different locations. So, we getting on board. We getting on board. My apology for this. My phone holder fell down, so I put it up just a little bit too close to the mirror. I want to talk about another situation where Claressa Shields came into the weigh-in shop. Hey, shout out to the GOAT, man. You know what I'm saying? Letting people see what sisters used to get praised for. That natural curvage. You know what I'm saying? No BBLs. You know what I'm saying? No surgeon, no appointments. Shout out to Claressa. Shout out to Papoose, man. They're slowly but surely coming into a power couple, so to speak. But shout out to Claressa Stylist, man. Claressa Shields Stylist, man. Her looking A1, man. I don't want to say too much because you know how these niggas be running, talking about, oh, so-and-so disrespecting you. Niggas don't like to talk about females the way it should be naturally, like you give a compliment to a female. But they love talking about dudes. But shout out to Claressa, she did her thing. You know what I'm saying? she definitely did her thing at the Face Off, another classic, showing the gluteus, showing the bubble, showing how she looks at 174. That's the way you're supposed to do it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, shawty, for real. There's nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Let me say this. There's a video out of Dickhead. You probably know him as Dumb Nun, whatever his name is. I know his real name, but I ain't gonna even give him no play, man. But Fanon has a video out, right, where he's saying he's seen Crawford, he's on the juice, get off the juice, you look like a steroid. This man seems miserable as hell. He's sitting up there with a full white beard, grumpy as shit, you know, just basically barking all these allegations about Crawford. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he's overly aggressive with spewing these allegations on Crawford, all because he's, you know, seeing this man move up 2 divisions, preparing himself, gaining the weight properly, and this dude gets on here talking about he don't believe none of Crawford's career. He's a juice monkey or whatever he said. He's a steroid junkie or whatever. The whole point is him and the way he goes about trying to convince people that what he says makes sense when it comes to Crawford. He has pure raw hatred for this man for whatever reason. When Crawford never did anything to him. The only time Crawford gave him freaking any attention is when he kept on going to him before the Spence fight, and he said, your mama should have swallowed you. You know, that's what Crawford said. I mean, was he wrong? I mean, for real. This dude, gonna say, oh man, it ain't like that, blessings. I still got the damn tweets, blessings, man. It ain't like that, it ain't like that. Yeah, it is. Y'all just don't understand why this man has so much hatred, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. This man saying Crawford's on juice. Out of all the other fighters that's up there, this dude has a vendetta saying Crawford's on juice. And he's mad too. Like, Crawford don't fight to September, but this guy somewhere, I don't know if he's waiting for his meds to kick in or what, but he's just mad calling Crawford a steroid junkie or whatever. Man, I saw him, and you on steroid. I mean, the man had a year to put on weight. Do he say when his fat ass get in front of the camera, you know what I'm saying, and have an episode, is anybody saying that he's up here indulging in a high calorie intake? He's getting drunk off Twinkie juice, off cream-filled Twinkies. Are they saying that about him? I'm just curious, because this is the same dude that had the episode where, you know, he was pulling up his shirt and all it looked like was mashed potato. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with this guy? I don't get it. Seriously, I really don't get why he would go at Crawford so hard when Crawford never initially did anything to this guy. Tonight, man, we got Xander Zayas. He's in for a very competitive fight. Zayas is not a freaking knockout artist, but Jorge Perez Garcia is very tough.
In a quarter mile, merge onto Georgia 280 South.
Hold on for a second. Yeah, but Zayas should be in there for a very competitive fight, man. But I see him picking up the belt. You know, I see, you know, anything can happen, but I believe Zayas is much more skilled. He's ready. He's only 22 years of age, and he's about to become a champion, bro. Real talk. I believe wholeheartedly Zayas is about to become a champion. No doubt about it. I believe this man is about to become a world champion, yo. And salute to him. 22 years old and about to become a WBO super welterweight champion. Salute to him. But yeah, the fights are going on this afternoon, man. Of course, I'll be back on a little later. You know, shout out to Shoot Character. You know, he's on deck with it. I know it's a fight that they're waiting for Rohan Polanco. They're waiting on Rohan Polanco to go in there and see how he look against Quinn Randall. Quinn Randall look in tremendous shape. Rohan, you know, came in like he's supposed to. But we'll see, man. We'll talk a little bit later. I mean, of course, people are saying that what if Rohan Polanco go in there and beat Quinn Randall by knockout? Is it, you know, he did it better than Brian Norman. You know, the same violin strings that they play all the time. But I will get back with y'all, man. I may jump back on here after I head back to the crib, but y'all take it easy. Peace.